I've got a healthy skeptical mind. I've got a PhD, for goodness sake, and you have qualifications as well, Mark, in science and what have you. So we're not foolish people. So we have a healthy degree of skepticism and sensibility about us, but our minds are open enough to at least be curious about things that we don't understand, and to observe people who have these experiences and these skills and these attributes and be non-judgmental about it and seek to understand further what's actually going on here. And then to see the human experience or the result of these interactions, and they're always about relief, always about alleviation, always about connection and relationality. And I think it's fascinating to hold space with our minds with these things and to examine them further in that context and not try and link them back to science, frameworks, theories, methods, evidence, data. Those things are useful, but they're as dry as. It's a bit like in the academic world. It's a bit of an echo chamber, really. In order to advance something academically, and I understand why we do this, we can't voice our own opinion. We've got to seek the opinions and the evidence and the validations of others in order to solidify what we believe to be true. But it's funny that the truth is still relative, because a new piece of science can come along and knock it out of the water. And we've seen that in the course of human history, where we really believe something to be true through scientific methods and evidence and so on and so forth, only to realise that actually it wasn't true at all, or wasn't true in part, or was only moderately true. So having an open mind and an open heart and still being skeptical, but with a healthy sense of skepticism and open-mindedness and non-judgment, is the pathway into spiritual story and understanding what's the essence of a spiritual story. And I think it is always about love, compassion, it's about virtue, but how do you alleviate the sufferings of the world? Because on some level, energy understands that we suffer. Consciousness understands that we suffer. And it tries to help us in any way, shape or form that it can to alleviate that, to help us along the path.